Hey all, this is a video on how to reverse score in Jamovi using the transform function. This is my personal preference. I know that some students and people prefer to use the compute option that I showed in the last video. This is using if statements, but it's something that you can copy over more easily. And so that's kind of a nice benefit here. So I am in this Machiavellianism data set where Machiavellianism is a personality trait that's considered to be including things like manipulating people, twisting situations to fit your benefit, things like that. And so what we want to do is end up with the ability to create a total score of Machiavellianism where a high score indicates high Machiavellianism. So we have these reverse scored questions like this one here. Most people are basically good and kind. So if somebody scores high in Machiavellianism, they should actually choose a low response on this. But the way that it's set up, it's that if they strongly disagree with this statement, that would actually be high Machiavellianism. So we need to reverse this. So I'm going to go to the next variable over. I'm going to right click and I'm going to add a variable. I'm going to insert a transformed variable. And I'm going to call this Mach4 underscore R. And so this is going to be my new variable because I don't want to transform the actual variable itself. I want to create a new one. I'm going to choose a source variable, which is Mach4. And you can see that without any transformation, it just copies the variable over. For this transform, I'm going to click here and I'm going to say create a new transform. I'm going to name this reverse. I'm going to say 1 to 5 because the reverse scoring is going to depend on what the scale is. So I'll make this reverse 1 to 5. Say 1 to 5. So this is the variable that we're referring to get the information from. What I would like to do is I'm going to use an if statement and I'm going to nest them. So I'm going to say if the source equals, so you need that double equals in Jamovi. So if the source equals 1, I want to reverse it and make it a 5. And I don't want to close my if statement. I want to nest it. So if, however, the source equals 2, then I want it to become a 4. And if the source equals 3, I want it to actually stay at 3 because that's the center value. If the source equals 4, I want that to become a 2. And if the source equals 5, I want that to become a 1. So I always just go in order because it makes life easier. And then because this is my last if statement, I'm going to add another comma, and then I'm going to tell it what to do if it meets none of those requirements. So if it's not 1 through 5, I'm just going to leave it blank. And so I'm going to use double quotations. You could have it equal a number if you're going to filter something out. Because Jamovi, the way it works, it automatically treats blanks as missing values. I just usually do it like this. So then the tricky part is that you need to make sure you use the right number of end parentheses. Otherwise, if you click out of it, it's going to look like that. It's going to say that it's misspecified. All it wants you to do is add enough closing parentheses for the opening parentheses that you have. So we should have 5 because we had 5 statements, if statements. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we can just double check this. We can look here. I'm actually going to make this a number. I'm going to make this 99. Yeah, I'll leave it missing. Okay. So here we have our number. And what I'm going to do is just show you how you can copy this over. So here, again, well, first let's go ahead and check. So here we would want them to, if they said neither agree nor disagree, that stays 3, that's right in the center. But agree used to be a 4 here, so we want that to be a 2. And so you can see that that matches there. So 4 became a 2. You can also take the labels out if you find that's confusing. You can always, remove those so that you have the numbers to look at. Whatever works for you. So now I can reuse that transform. And just, there we go. And just undid it. So let's go ahead and reuse that transform. So now for Mach 5, this one, it is safe to assume that all people have a vicious streak will come out when they are given a chance. This I'm going to leave as is. So this is not reverse scored. If they say they strongly agree, that indicates high Machiavellianism. This is reverse scored. So honesty is the best policy in all cases. If you strongly agree with that, then that should be low Machiavellianism. So again, I'm going to right click to the right of it. I'm going to insert a variable. So I'm going to add a transformed variable. And then again, I like to name it right away just to make sure that I know what I'm doing. You're going to choose your source variable, which is 6. And then you don't have to go back through that if statement. You just have to choose the reverse 1 to 5. And it applies it throughout. And so that is reverse scoring in Jamovi using the transform function.